Namah Shivaya. Let us learn the new definition of five senses today. What we have all learned from our childhood about five senses would fade away today. Interesting? You want to learn? Let's get into it. In our common understanding, we all were taught eyes are for sight, ears for hearing, nose for smell, tongue for taste, and then skin for touch, right? Let us look at it from the lens of a sadhak or maybe yogi or a sadhguru, right? The senses are gateways to higher realization for them, tools to transcend the body and discover the true self for anyone. Interesting, right? Let us explore one by one. Let us look at the eyes. In our common understanding, eyes help us to see the external world, right? But for a sadhak, they are vision to divine insight. They do sadhana to activate their Agnya chakra, which is at forehead, where the third eye is in the form of invisible to common people. When it opens, what happens? A sadhak can predict and see the past and future of his own and about others too. That powerful this third eye is. They work on their third eye and the Anjana chakra, which is also called Agna chakra. Let us look at the ears. For our common understanding, ears hear external sounds, right? But for a sadhak, it is a sound to cosmic celestial sound, which is Omkara. In this entire universe, if you have to make a sound, there should be two objects meeting each other, right? So for example, if you have to make a clap, right, you have to touch your both hands and then only you can make the clap. Anahata is the only place, Anahat chakra is the only place where it generates the celestial sound of Omkara without any support, but just by connecting to the mother nature. You just have to connect with mother nature to hear that sound. Having said that, it is not that easy. It takes decades to hear that sound. Interesting, right? Right. Let's get on to the tongue. So for our common understanding, tongue tastes food, right? But for a spiritual practitioner, advanced yogic tradition speaks of awakening Kundalini energy. What happens when a Kundalini rises? The energy rises upwards from the tip of the tailbone all the way to the pineal gland. What happens when a Kundalini rises? The Kundalini goes and sits at the pineal gland. So when the pineal gland activates, there will be a drop of nectar which will start dropping towards the throat. That is when you will taste that divine tasty drop, which is also called the Amrita. It is called Amrit, right, which is with Indra. Whoever tastes it becomes immortal at conscious level, not physical immortality. Try to understand this, not the physical immortality. They will become the immortal at conscious level. Interesting, right? Let us look at the nose. So the common understanding is nose identifies the fragrances, whether it is good or bad smell. But for a yogi, it is about the karmic, it is about the karmic purification. When Mooladhara activates, there will be an unbearable bad smell which comes out of a sadhak because of burning past karmic tendencies, or it purifies the subconscious impressions, or there could be n number of reasons. But the smell is very dangerous. But what happens thereafter is really interesting. He smells divine fragrance like a sandalwood once he activates Mooladhara. That's how it is going to be. Look at this Mrityunjaya mantra. Trambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam. Sugandhim, which means the 100 fragrances. Saugandhim, 100 fragrances. It comes out of sadh. Last but not the least, touch. From an ordinary understanding, skin allows us to feel the touch, right? But for a sadhak, it is about the subtle body. So in our yogic science, we all have 5 bodies, right? Physical body, pranic body, it is also called etheric body, mental body, wisdom body, and blissful body. We all think that we are this body, right? that dissolves and enters into a etheric body when you do sadhana. What happens when your physical body dissolves? You get into a pranamaya kosh. Few may call it as sukshma sharir. What happens when it activates? What happens when you activate sukshma sharir or pranamaya kosh? A sadhak travels everywhere he wants with his lighter body. That interesting it is going to be. There is nothing called touch for them. They will be present everywhere in the universe, in all the worlds that we talk about in our Hindu mythology. So the five senses are not merely survival tools, but they are the doors for self-realization. For most people in our common world, we all move forward, right? But for a sadhak, they turn inward. They go inside. That is called inner engineering. The journey is not about the supernatural power for them. It is about dissolving ignorance and realizing the self. These five senses are tremendous if you do a sadhana. This perception will change about the five senses. Hope you like it. Namah Shivaya. Thank you.